Alrighty, what's good? Just doing a little bit of recording here. We'll get to see some D&D, just saving it between a bunch of new people hopping in and with Mr. Fox as our DM. So enjoy.
So is there something we're supposed to be pulling up to like view all the stats and stuff?
Your character sheet, yes. So like Quentin's got his character sheet streaming right now, which reflects all of that stuff. And so you can go ahead and open up your D&D Beyond and load up your character sheet.
How do I pull the just go to D&D Beyond?
Yeah.
So if you go to D&D Beyond, and if you're auto logged in, if you hover over collections, you can click my characters, and it'll reflect your character there, or you can click my campaigns, and then open campaigns, and it'll reflect it there as well.
Okay, so just go to you said I can go to characters.
Yeah, just go to and you should see the one that you created, and you're just gonna click view.
Okay.
Actually, everyone go ahead and click edit just to make sure that we're going through the character sheets together. Because I don't know.
So I'm looking at a character level 1
Correct.
screen.
Um,
It's showing me my builder. Like it's just showing my class features and stuff.
right. So, okay. So,
It's wanting me to choose proficiencies and stuff.
yeah, all this stuff here you can go ahead and select if you have questions about any of them. I'm happy to explain. They're usually self-explanatory.
Regal.
Wait, where the hell? How the hell do I get to edit mine again? I thought you can't edit that
So,
if you make
Quentin, you're streaming yours. If you click on your character logo up on the upper left, if you click on, and then click edit or manage character and levels,
it.
and it'll bring you here. And so then this is where Spicy's at as well. And everyone else, you kind of just want to make sure that you're here so that we're all here on the same page. Your Quentin, yours.
Yeah, there's no. To my knowledge, there's no rules or anything against making a certain character or anything, right?
No. Quentin, you are still set up for XP. So what you want to do is click previous twice. And make sure that your advancement type is set to milestone.
Are we doing level 1?
Yes. Yeah, here, scroll down.
So I'm at abilities.
Okay, and then just hold on here. Quentin, can you scroll down? Did you change it already?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, yeah, so go ahead and, cool beans. And so then go ahead and just click next. And then as far as abilities go, it's point buy.
Rocket.
Well.
Dude, yo. Well, how did you ever get it?
Hold on. I usually do point buy, but rolling is kind of fun. Yeah, we're gonna do rolling instead. So on ability scores, you're going to select manual / rolled.
You can have it, baby. Just said Susan, you can have it.
Oh my god.
Do what now?
So under ability scores, you're going to do manual / rolled.
Okay.
And the way this works is it's going to prompt you with 6 different roll options. Just go ahead and click roll and then choose which one it goes to. It auto disregards the lowest roll.
So I got a 14.
Oh, you
Right,
said
so you can
okay.
choose where you want to apply that.
I'll be right back.
So you can get a lot higher or a lot lower.
Yeah.
I'm on chapter 7 of the book right now.
Oh, that sucks.
I have to wait for a few people to catch up before I can keep going. I said a few.
Getting shit rolls, bro.
Get them out now. not bad.
That one wasn't too bad.
Pretty good. It's 13. Not bad.
So I got 14 for dexterity. Oh, so I'm playing a rogue.
That one's damn good.
Yeah.
Shit.
14 for dexterity, 13 for charisma, 16 in strength, 13 in constitution, 15 in intelligence, and 13 in wisdom.
That sounds really good.
I'm gonna apply that to my
rogue
ability.
stats.
So apply.
Yeah. You just choose which one you wanted to apply to.
Okay. So when I go to view, it says my character's not done, even though I feel like I completed it, but
That's okay. That's why we're going through them now. So on your character page, what page does it bring you to that indicates that it's not finished?
let me refresh. Let me refresh it. Characters. View. And it says the current character is not accessible because it's missing either race, class, or ability score.
You selected nothing. Okay. So then do you see an edit option?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so go ahead and click that. And then the
So-
first page that it brings you to should be raised. So then,
No, it's class.
oh,
Was the settings also for campaign only for character privacy?
That's up to you. If you want other people to see it.
yeah, that's for visibility.
Okay. Then I guess I'll change mine to public too. Why not? Alright. Then that's good to go. Alright, so now the description.
Yeah, hold on here. Make sure that everybody's on the same page.
Sean's getting caught up here still.
Okay.
Here, we'll make it easier. I'll stream it. That makes it easier.
Streaming as well too.
Whatever's easiest for you. Oof, I'm gonna stay stuck.
AD and Nebula, y'all doing good?
I don't have to do anything.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, we're done until he tells us we're done.
Because you had to, you'll have to change some of your stuff as well, Nebula. Because we have different settings.
Take a look.
Wait, where do I have to change?
So, as far as your ability scores go, it's not standard array. It's manual/rolled.
Oh, okay.
So it's all luck now.
Okay.
Out of this. Where am I? Out of this. This one.
You're fine.
So for the manual roll stuff, do I just choose whatever I want for the?
Where you want them to go?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so once you've done your rolls, underneath those rolls are drop downs and you can choose where you want them to go. And then you just click apply ability scores.
Okay. Is it cool if I hit that again? How dare you? Right? How dare I ask a dumb question like that?
Were you born yesterday?
Essentially. Okay.
And once everybody's on description, just let me know. Or like,
I think I'm good to go.
okay.
Okay, what does WIS stand for?
Wisdom. So, in the difference between intelligence versus wisdom, wisdom is street smarts, intelligence is book smarts.
Okay, so we're gonna switch that out. Actually,
Some
no,
of the
we'll leave
things
it
that you have or some of the things that you do are also dependent on those abilities. So, for example, if you're a spellcaster, most spellcasters are charisma casters, but there are some that do intelligence, like wizards do intelligence, but then some of them are wisdom casters, which I believe clerics are wisdom casters. So it depends. If you are playing a spellcaster and you want to determine how that is going to apply, if you go back to your class settings under spellcasting, and if you expand it, it'll tell you what creates that cast.
Right. Oh, look at Robert. He's so cute.
Not to meta build, but you know, it's kind of important because if you try and cast a spell and it sucks, it could be because you didn't.
Otherwise, she'll be pissed.
You didn't
Right.
put the stats into the wrong thing.
Okay.
All right.
Honestly, I think I'm actually just gonna go sit in the living room and watch this.
Okay.
I'm just getting a little claustrophobic in here.
Okay.
You need to be able to talk to them too. And that way you guys can actually like somewhat hear her tune going off in the background.
Whatever.
Okay, we'll see.
Fine.
Okay, so once I
I'll right back for my phone though.
Here, wait.
So, did you set your ability scores?
allocated
Okay.
them all to their respective
Cool,
places.
cool. So then you're just gonna click next to go into description,
Okay.
and then by doing that here, you can go ahead and choose your background. Different ones provide different things, skill proficiencies and whatnot.
And then we can just configure it that way.
Uh,
And if you want, you
yeah.
can turn off this overhead and change these lights around too.
If you want to.
Oh, the name?
Yeah, you can update your name here as well. Custom background is. Oh, this is custom background. This isn't like your name creation and stuff like that.
Oh. What is this? What is the name for?
So like if your background isn't on that background list, and you wanted it to be a
Wait, what? I don't know. How are you? Let me see.
So I'm looking in the
you're-
options here for characteristics. They don't have anything for mercenaries.
We're all at description.
Oh, okay.
mercenary, and
Alright, so Sean.
there is
I'll now
mercenary.
add-
There's mercenary veteran on that list. So if you click where it says custom background, if you click that in the drop down and you scroll down, there's mercenary veteran.
Nice.
And then Spicy, I heard Shawnee said he was at equipment, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so just like slow down.
Alright, so what am I supposed to do here now in description?
Description itself is where you would create and establish your background. Just a vague establishment of that background.
Okay.
You.
I don't know what's up with this thing.
If you're looking to get heavy into the roleplay aspect, then you can take advantage of the suggested characteristics as well.
Okay, I fixed mine, cutie.
I'm still. I
abilities?
wasn't paying attention. Give me a second.
No, I fixed it from standard to manual.
Oh, gotcha. I'm
Okay.
trying to
I just
remember
found it, I
if.
fixed it.
Gotcha.
Okay, thank you.
Trying to remember if it was wisdom or intelligence that was important for you.
There's just too much going on. That's funny. Look. There's too much going on in the main lobby. That's why it's kind of being dumb.
That thing is not. It seems like the app's breaking out. How is it updated?
Yeah, it should be.
Here, hold on.
Is that the Discord app or the...
Yeah, it's the Discord app.
There you go. I disconnected you. That way you can try and reconnect manually.
What? I'm good.
No, not you. Him. I disconnected him.
Oh. Here's an update. Hang on a second.
So do the languages actually matter, or
Sometimes.
matter?
You might run across a note that's written in a specific language.
So I don't know, like, specifically what languages would be
Ideal or important? No.
Yeah.
Not immediately.
Okay, well, just choose it random.
It's one of those things where you find a note in a cavern and then I get to ask, does anybody speak Draconic? And we respond to see who does. I'm kidding. It wouldn't be in Draconic specifically, but it would be that scenario.
It's just glitching out.
It's still freaking.
Even with the update, it's not working.
To be fair, like Discord on any device is kind of funky. I
No, I
wonder,
know.
is that device itself updated?
Yeah.
It is. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea then.
So wait, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to do a custom background or just choose something different?
You can choose something based, and you can go through the list and choose something, or you can choose custom background. It's up to you. Again, this situation here, it's more of just like a vague establishment of your background itself. Whatever you might have selected, or however you're creating this character in your head, doesn't have to like match this word for word. This is just here to assist in that process.
What the fuck do I want for a 2? Does it matter?
Again, it as far as like tool proficiencies go, Like,
I mean, it's asking me to choose a tool, so I was thinking I was gonna choose like the poisoner's kit.
yeah, again, that's up to you. As far it's again, this whole page here itself builds into the role playing aspect. So, if you're in a situation where someone gets bit by a snake and it's poisonous, or someone is bit by something that has an infection, poisoner's kit would help in that, as well as a medicine kit. So,
So,
or if you want to poison a guard, poisoner's
Right.
kit would work in that sense as well.
and then for the suggested characteristics, do I just randomize that?
Yeah, so on your bottom left-hand side, there's a little d20, and you can click on that, and that'll load up a different dice that you can roll for each of these if you want, or you can just pick one. I'm not gonna hold it against you. Again, this is role-playing. I'm not gonna.
Oh wait, how do I do this?
So if you're rolling, if you click on the little d20, and then it shows you a d4, d6, d8, d100, d10, d12, and
Okay,
d20.
So I see it. So I choose 2, so I roll again.
Yeah.
That was 8.
If you click on the dice more than once, it'll up it for how many times you're rolling it.
Ideals, oh boy.
Oh, Tough, what are you doing?
I'm doing armor stuff and things now.
Right, but what you're doing is you're going through the entire index and selecting something, which is why I wanted everybody to not do that, because this gives you everything to choose from, and that's kind of, that would be cheating.
Okay, right.
So because when you initially came to this screen, it would have asked you if you choose equipment or gold, and then from this is where you would choose your starting equipment. It would be wild at level 1 if you came in with a god tier weapon.
Well, I'm picking all the basic shit.
Right, but I mean, it doesn't, like, you're not choosing, like, you're not going from add items to add stuff. You're going from starting equipment.
So I go here.
So no, top, that one, starting equipment.
This one?
Yes. And so here it asks you if you want to do equipment or gold. And
So
then
I do
this is where
equipment, right?
and then from here you have different radio options to choose from, and so yes.
So if I want to get to a certain type of weapon I want my character to use in specific, is there a way to get that, or do I just have to use what's here?
So because this is your starting equipment, you're going to work with this here. If there's something that you want to work towards, then you just want to remember that as we move along throughout the game, you'll run into shopkeepers and stuff like that that might be selling things that you might be looking for.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah.
Cool. For notes, organizations, allies, and stuff, do we just leave that blank right now?
Yes.
Okay, so once we've done that, that's what we stick with, right?
As your starting equipment, yes.
Okay.
Actually, we got that working.
And then now my character should be ready for view now, or no?
Let me see real quick.
Yeah. So then if you click the, let's see, you just clicked on the thing. Never mind.
Okay, and then I would view it, and there we go. There it is.
Right. 111 health is too much. What did you do?
I have no clue.
What's going? What did you do?
I don't fucking know what I did.
Should have
your
like
inventory,
14
please.
health at most. Jesus.
Click on your inventory, please. Directly under actions. Directly next to actions. So nope, you're whipping your mouse all over the place. So if you directly under armor class, it's, yep, inventory. Your base health is, yeah, you added 100 million gold of everything. As far as equipment, yeah, because you were just adding things. That's why I was like, don't do what you're doing. Simple fix. Uh, simple fix.
Okay.
So I'm just going in. Right. So click on your character logo on the upper left-hand corner. And then click, this is gonna load differently, so click edit. Okay. We're gonna go through this together.
So I'm at equipment now.
Okay. And so then don't do what Tough did. And just click starting equipment and then either click equipment or gold.
Click equipment.
Perfect. And then select from those radio options
I
your
did.
starting equipment.
And then
Okay.
now at the bottom it has a red thing that says add starting equipment.
Perfect. Thank you.
Try
So
click that.
yeah. So Tough, go ahead and because some of these things are not selected that I need you to have turned on. So under character preference, go ahead and make sure that all of these are toggled on. And then under optional features, turn off. Nope, you're scrolling a little too fast. Under optional features, turn off optional class features. And turn off.
And then choose your stuff.
Turn off customize your origin. And then hit point fixed. Turn off multi-class requirements. Scroll down. Turn on encumbrance. And turn off ignore coin weight. Or excuse me, yeah, turn on and ignore coin weight. That needs to be on. Yeah.
Oh, does it? I thought I was supposed to turn that off.
I might have misspoke it.
Yeah,
Which
you said,
can...
so turn it on?
Yeah, turn it on. Sorry.
Alright, it's on.
And then go ahead and click the blue arrow for next on the right hand side. Right.
Dude, I'm getting
So
excited.
you picked human, which is fine. Go ahead and click next. As far as all of this stuff should be fine. Well, go ahead and click hit points for me. Oh, well, no, it shouldn't matter here. Here's your piece of pie. Go ahead and click next for me. Alright, rolled really well for your stats. Go ahead and scroll down for me. Hold on. Okay, go ahead and click next. Alright. As far as custom background goes, you were operating on a mercenary, right?
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and click this custom background drop down. And scroll down and click mercenary veteran.
Where is it? Did I miss it? There it is. Confirm.
Yes, confirm.
Dude.
Okay,
Here,
go ahead
you
and
want-
scroll down. Go ahead and
You wanna
choose
talk
your
about-
gaming set.
Since they can't see any of your stuff.
But which one are we playing in?
The gaming set's a part of the role playing things. You know, you might run into somebody playing cards, and if you're proficient in, or if you have a card set on you, then that would help in a role playing aspect. This is up to you.
Okay, we're doing dice.
Scroll down. If you were selecting your personal characteristics, go ahead and click on that.
Yeah, I think I finished. Yeah,
You ready? All right, cool. Go ahead and click next. Okay, yeah, this is where all of this stuff is an issue. So right now, what I need you to do, actually, you know what? Even simpler fix. Go ahead and click next. And then click view character sheet.
Cool.
And then give me 2 seconds. longer than 2 seconds.
Alright, I'm gonna take those headsets. Alright, so I got my character sheet now.
Wonderful. Just a second.
Although, how do I edit my picture? Because that's definitely not what I wanted.
You have so much unnecessary money in here, sir.
How do I get rid of it?
I'm doing it.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yo, seriously, how do I edit this fucking profile picture for this guy?
If you click on it,
I'm clicking on it. It's not doing anything.
hold on.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, you figured it out. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, and then, all right, Tough, go ahead and scroll up, and then how you accessed your character before, go ahead and click on your stuff up there, and then click characters. And then edit.
You good to go?
And then go ahead and click on equipment
If you want, you can
on the,
set the iPad right up here.
Yep. And then click on starting equipment. And then choose either equipment or gold. And then just choose from those radio options. And then you'll see under weapon, if you scroll up, if you see under weapon and shield, you have a choice to choose from.
Yeah, what?
And
Those
then
look like shit
you have
from
gaming set of your choice, so go ahead and choose.
Pinhead.
And then hit add starting equipment. There we go.
Damn,
And then now click next.
those are nice,
And click view character sheet.
dude. They're nice and heavy too.
I don't know if this will fix your health. It's not. What is happening with your health right now?
I don't know.
Spider.
Okay. Ooh, those are the thickest macaroni.
You're
noodles
not
I've
supposed to
ever
have
eaten.
inspiration, right?
No. Legacy human is outdated.
Dude, how is this hit points 111? What the fuck, Tough?
That's what we're trying to fix. The legacy human is outdated. So go ahead and click on your little character page, or yeah, I guess go through the same thing. And then edit. Yeah, I switched it to the variant human. Go ahead and click next. Right. So the yeah. Go ahead and click change race for me. This loads. Okay, yeah. Turn off legacy content. There you go. And then scroll down. If you still want to play a human, that's perfectly fine. But when you click human, not custom lineage.
I'm interested to see what you do.
There you go. When you click on human,
I'm assuming you built something like this before.
there it is.
No. Really? Okay.
Okay, go ahead and, I mean, so yeah, okay, go ahead and click, it's up to you if you want to play a human again. and just click change race if you want to change it. Okay. And click next.
Oh, hey, DJ made one too. Cool.
It's still, your HP is too fucking high. Oh,
Oh, there we go.
I'm inspecting your shit.
How are we supposed to change it? What is this supposed to start at?
you have a modifier set to 99. Jesus Christ. There we go. Go ahead and yeah, and then hit apply. There we go. Okay, now set your proficiencies and all that fun stuff.
Man's really said I want to be
You
stronger.
really just, like, you game sharked yourself into that one. You need to not do that again.
Who?
You don't remember Game Sharks?
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
The original on PlayStations and Xbox did Game Shark as well. It was so you could essentially, it was a disc. You could put it in your console and then give yourself, max health or whatever, and whatever game was on the like selection of things to choose from, and then load in your game while keeping the console on, and it the game with the cheats. Does no one else remember Game Sharks? Is this just me?
Yeah.
Damn.
And everything stays the same, right?
Yeah, as far as like everything else that you're choosing. There we go. And then as far as inventory. All right. Now that that's done and we've fixed
Wait.
that.
Why am I unarmed now? Where's my fucking...
Go into your inventory and then equip it.
Oh, I have to equip all this stuff.
Yeah. All right. Spellcasters. If you're on your character sheet, click spells and make sure that you set your spells. Yeah, don't worry about customizing. You can just click outside of the box and it'll...
Alright.
Just like anywhere in the white space, it'll close. There you go. To spellcaster, set your spells. And then once you guys are done with that, I'll go over house rules and expectations.
Alright. Are you ready to do this?
They gave me... Oh, they did give me sauce. Okay, good.
Oh, where was the store at? Oh.
Okay.
Here.
Everybody okay?
Yep.
Brenton, you good?
And...
Cool. Oh, you're good? Nebula, you're okay?
Yep.
Okay. Do I see you and Sean good?
We're chilling, man.
Cool. I don't know. Quentin went. Quentin, are you good? Okay. Alright. So just going over house rules, expectations. If you have questions, feel free to stop me and I'll go over them. First things first, under normal circumstances, when you roll a crit on D&D Beyond, it's automatically going to double the roll. That is still going. Well, I say still because these are things that have changed from a previous campaign. That is going to happen, but then also you're going to still do max damage. So D&D Beyond will prompt you to roll double, and then you're also going to add max damage, and that is a crit. Critical fails will have consequences that affect your game. If you roll a natural 1 while trying to stab someone or trying to do something, then it will negatively impact you. And I have a table for it that will essentially affect that. As far as drinking potions, that we do bonus action potions. What that means is that while in combat specifically, if you want to spend a full action to drink a potion, then you are going to get the full value of it. Otherwise, you would use a bonus action to drink that potion, and then you would roll for it. So, for example, a normal potion of health is 2d4, it's 1d4 plus 2. I forget the thing. It'll tell you on it. And so if you're using a bonus action, then you're going to roll for it. If you're using your full action, then you're just going to take the full value of it. Flanking is, so if you've got 2 allies around an enemy, it's +1 for 10 feet to attack rolls and +2 for 5 feet to attack rolls. This essentially, under normal circumstances, I don't know if anybody has read the spell, the rulebook itself. Under normal circumstances, you would gain advantage, but there are things that are going to give you advantage while you're playing the game, and advantage does not stack, and disadvantage does not stack. So you're not going to get double advantage for something. But if you're giving yourself advantage, for example, Spicy, you're playing a rogue. Rogues encounter advantage all the time because they're sneaky little shits. Yep. So to not take that away from you, if you're flanking with your allies, then you're just going to get a +1 or a +2 to your rolls, depending on how close you are.
Okay.
Death saves are going to be done by myself. Ooh. This allows for better role playing. No, but essentially it removes that meta state of how many death saves are you on to try and determine what action to do itself. This essentially would just try for better role playing itself. You won't know if you're dead until you're dead, and you essentially won't know you're up until you're up. Like in a normal situation, if you were dying. On the topic of dying, if you fail your last death save, which I will inform you of, you have an opportunity to do something during your dying breath. This can do a final action if you're in a combat, or if you want to throw something or interact with something, then as your dying breath, you can go ahead and do that. Any attacks made in this state will auto crit if they are performed this way. Spell component management is necessary for my spellcasters. You'll see that on your spells it'll indicate what things that you need to utilize in order to create or establish the spell. A lot of those things that are, well, all of those things that are listed on there are based on the Forgotten Plains of Faerun. And while we are in a homebrew, those things that that reflect, like it'll say like Ashwood or something along those lines. Those are normal accessible things that you don't have to leave the continent to go find some, go find stuff for your spell. The way that, still on the topic of death, if your character dies, this will ensue if someone is trying to bring you back. There is the Revivify spell, but the way that the Revivify spell reads is that you spend 500 GP worth of diamonds, and you bring your ally back at 1 HP, which is often mundane because you're bringing someone back from the dead. So the way that this is going to work is if your character dies and a resurrection is attempted by a spell or a spell effect, spell or spell effect, I have it written down, so I apologize. With longer than 1 casting time, then the resurrection challenge is initiated. Up to 3 members of your party can offer to contribute to the ritual via contribution spell check. The way these contribution spell checks is dependent on the person who is helping and how they choose to help. A barbarian may scream at the dead and try and intimidate them to come back, versus another cleric may offer a medicine kit, and so it's different skill proficiencies that you'll be utilizing. Um, After all the contributions are completed, I'm then going to roll a single final resurrection check with no modifier. It's just a d20. And then the base DC for the final resurrection check is. This is a typo. Will vary. I apologize. I typed out on this. Will vary depending on the situation, but it also increases by 1 for each successful resurrection the character has undergone by different things. For example, slow erosion. There's a spell that helps reduce the decay of somebody's body, for example. For each successful skill check or contribution skill check, the DC of this roll will be decreased by 3, whereas a failed contribution will increase the DC by 1. Upon a successful resurrection check, player's soul, if they choose to, can come back. So if your character dies and you have another backup ready to go, like if you have a problem like myself where I create way too many characters and you just want to play another one, then that's still your choice at the end of that. You're not forced to come back, but if you want to come back, then you will have that ability. If the spell has a casting time of 1 action specifically to attempt to restore life, no contribution checks are necessary because it's just an instant action. The character who is casting the spell will be making a rapid resurrection check, which is rolling a d20 and then adding their spell casting ability modifier. The DC will vary. It's not anything that's going to be super high, but it does increase per each previously successful resurrection that the character has undergone. So if you go down a lot, then that DC is going to increase. Which I'm not here to ruin your day, but
You kind of
it
are
happens. It happens. And then on. Let's see here. If the resurrection fails, excuse me. If on a failure for a resurrection, the soul itself is not necessarily lost, but the resurrection fails and increases for any future resurrection checks. So the same thing essentially applies. The DC is going to increase if you fail to resurrect somebody. And it's not something that you can spam. If you fail a resurrection, then it's failed. And you'll have to figure out a solution on what to do moving forward from that point. Let's see here. Any questions so far? No.
Of course.
No.
I love
Drawing or switching weapons is a free action. You only have 2 hands, so you can't equip 30 axes. But if you want to swap out a sword for an axe, or if you want to equip a shield, and put an axe away or put a sword away, then you're more than welcome to do that. It is a free action in combat. It's not going to take up anything to do. Just let me know that you're doing it, since this is not like a physical action game. My monsters kind of need to see you changing your weapons. You can't just be like, I have my shield out now, my AC is higher. I didn't know that was happening. Nat ones. I already covered this. I don't know. I have it written down. Nat ones will result in actual failures, just like natural 20s roll in successes. As far as skills go itself, which you'll see on your character sheet, that middle long column that reflects all of your different skills, a natural 20 means the best that your character can accomplish. It does not mean that You know, if you are trying to climb up a building and you make an athletics check to do so and you roll a natural 20, you're not going to jump to the top of the building. You're just doing the absolute best that your character can accomplish. The same thing applies to fails, though, or natural ones. It's not, you didn't break a leg, you just failed to accomplish the task. When it comes to performing or playing the game itself, I am a big advocate of the rule of cool and the rule of clever. Rule of cool: if you're gonna do something and it seems badass and you're unsure if you want to accomplish it, if you tell me that you want to do this thing because it sounds super fucking cool, definitely do it. I will support it 100%. And the same thing as far as clever. If you outsmart my bosses, they're not going to become smarter on the battlefield. They will, or not bosses, but monsters. They're not going to become smarter on the battlefield because you thought of something cool, or if you thought of something clever. And when you perform these things, not only are you going to gain inspiration from me, but you will also be acquiring fox points, which are something that you just want to keep track of on your own. You can do that in your notes section on your character sheet. The way that these fox points work is that they can be redeemed to re-roll different checks. As far as how that works is 5 points is for skill checks, 10 points is for skill saves, and then 15 points is for attack rolls. So you just want to keep track of that however you choose. If you choose to never do anything cool or clever, that's also perfectly fine. I'm not going to hold it against you. It's just something to take advantage of in a role-playing environment. Have the 1-minute rule for combat. The way that that works is that per your turn, you have 60 seconds to decide what you're going to do. If you don't decide within that time, we will move to the next person in the initiative roll, and you'll have to wait till your next turn. There are, 6 of you, 7 of you, so you have time between each person's turn to determine what you're going to do. And it's not going to be one of those things where you're just like, and you're just reading your character sheet. I'm not going to attack you for it itself, but it is important. Combat can last, in my experience, combat can last a while if people aren't paying attention. And in a time-sensitive environment where some of us have wives and husbands to get back to and children to deal with, it sucks to cut the session halfway through because we spent 2 hours in combat. As far as combat efficiency goes itself, on the topic of combat, if you're talking in combat and you don't explicitly say that you're talking in a different language, again, and Spicy, I'm just going to bounce off of you again because you're playing a rogue. Rogues use thieves can't. And so they have their own independent language that they can utilize to communicate with other rogues or other thieves around the world. If you guys have your own language that you develop, or if you choose to work in or communicate with each other in specific manners, then that's fine. But if you don't explicitly tell me, if you don't explicitly say I'm doing this in a specific language, and the enemy that you're fighting speaks commons, then they can hear you. So there is that. They're not video game bots. They're not stupid. They're just out, clever them out, but also they can hear you. I already covered this again. I don't know. I have this written down twice. If there's something that you know how to do in real life, cooking, building, creating, then your character knows how to do it as well. That's perfectly fine. If you're an excellent cook and you want to make a meal for your team, do it. And then on the topic of natural 20s, natural 1s, dirty 20s, and dirty 1s, they don't necessarily mean the same thing. If you roll a 19 and you have a +1 to stat, you get a 20, then you're, again, doing the best or worst that your character can perform. If you roll a natural 20, then you're performing the best outcome based on your character's abilities. For example, if you're a paladin and you're wearing plate mail, on a natural 20 stealth check, that doesn't mean that we can't hear you. It just means that we can hear you less, because that's a lot of metal clinking together. Um, I think that's all that I have for here. I have critical. Oh, respect tokens. Everybody gets one respect token. If throughout the game, and it's going to be applied at any given point in time throughout the game, you're just like, damn, I fucked up this character sheet, and you don't want to create a whole new character, you can spend your respect token to reset it. If you're at level 11 and you find, damn, I didn't want to put 10 levels into a fighter, I maybe wanted to multi-class along the way. That's perfectly fine. When you reset your character, it resets to the level that you're resetting it at. And so you can choose to, this is that, work. Okay. Does anybody have any additional questions before I go over how the world is structured, the world that you live in?
Nope, let's do this.
Mhm. Okay. So Hashiyama is structured on feudal Japan or feudal Japanese environment. It is not like old feudal Japan. It's modern day, but also feudal. So there's a bit of new. There's a bit of old. Excuse me. If you find a gun, it exists. That's perfectly fine. Um, as far as I'm reading my stuff, but then I'm also like pulling back because a lot of this stuff I couldn't immediately like know. So like not know like you as characters, not know as you as like people. Um, there that'll really apply more as we go along. And that's it. That would take longer, but I really just burned through it. And when nobody has questions, it really just like stops things from happening. Like a teacher. Oh, I guess like okay. In the world of Hashiyama, as far as I believe I wrote it down here, and it's also like I also have it saved somewhere else. Okay. Um, all of you have kind of read this, but I will go through it again just as a refresher. So Hashiyama is a country much like feudal Japan. Small villages surround the countryside, and larger cities border the north and south sides of the country. And at its center is the capital city, Usaki, which is led by the Mitsumoto clan, an ancient bloodline of Golden Dragonborn. Their leader, Kamiya Mitsumoto, his king, his son, Tomita, has been raised as a diplomat to unite the warring clans around the city. Tomita, from the moment he could defend himself, has been traveling the country to broker peace between the two clans, developing a relationship with both, and trying to find a middle ground that both sides can agree on. He recently has returned home, but behind him, death and disease spreads. In every place that he visits, a dark pestilence cloud soon fills the air, and mysterious ghostly demons attack, leaving none in their wake. This has caused the country to split. Those who follow him, people who serve his will, bow to his power, and provide him with their riches. The Akahiro clan, led by their leader, Tsukiyomi Akahiro, bows to the will of Kenta. She uses she uses her soldiers to fight by his side and spies to follow his movements. Some believe that they're lovers, Tomita and Tsukiyomi, but anytime that they're together, he expresses desire for something else or someone else. On the other side of the country, to the south, is the Hirokazu clan, with their leader, Hattori Hirokazu. She's a noble and scholar first, believing in free will and longs for a country no longer living in fear of the shadows in the darkness. clan actively fights Tamata and his allies, and has become a rebellion for his tyranny, while also researching the creatures he commands and is close to finding out where his power comes from, how to defeat it, as she believes that Tamata is just a puppet, a disciple for something much worse. Where you guys pick up, it has been generations since Tamata has returned from the Outland. His shadow creatures roam the forests and can often be seen patrolling the walls of the capital city in Yusaki. As Hashiyama has developed, it has become a more dangerous place to live. Dragonborn are hunted like animals. They are forced to live in small groups or shave their claws or practice cannibalism to look more like lizard folk instead. Before we begin, just going over different structures around the world or around this country that you would be familiar with. The natives of Hashiyama are the Hadozi. They live anywhere they're welcome to be found amongst the Galavan and the mountains. There are two tribes, the Uji and the Megisi. The Megisi look and behave how someone not from Hashiyama might think the Hadozi would be, which are thin, nimble, monkey-like creatures with large webbed wings that are attached to their forearms down to their legs. The tribes are plenty and travel all around the continent. The Megisi have traditionally organized themselves into groups known as bands. Most Megisi, except for the ancient forest bands, have historically lived a settled lifestyle, relying on fishing and hunting to supplement the cultivation of numerous varieties of maize and squash, and the harvesting of rice for food. Historically, their typical dwelling has been in trees or in huts on the outskirts of different towns and cities. In recent times, most of the people living in modern housing, but traditional structures are still used for sites and events. The Uji are very different from their cousins, choosing evolution over ancestry. They no longer need webbed wings to fly, increasing their mental strengths and living in more hostile territories in the mountains and some even close to the shadowed creatures that dwell the forests. Unlike the Megisi, they seek fights and conflict. A large part of the Uji society was based around the warrior. Most young men and women seek this role. After adopting the use of a horse, the Ulji quickly became master horsemen and are highly skilled at fighting on horseback. Warriors have larger roles than combat in their society. They're expected to keep the peace among different camps, providing food and wealth for their families, and guard the camps from attacks. Warriors often paint their face and bodies with war paint, as well as their horses. Spiritual empowerment. Each warrior has created a unique design for the war paint, which they often wear into battle. Feathers from birds, particularly eagle feathers, are also worn as a battle of symbols of prestige and for reasons similar to war paint. Before setting out to war, these warriors organize into war parties often made of individual warriors and a selected war chief. The title of war chief must be earned through a specific number of acts of bravery and battle known as counting coup. Coups may include stealing horses while undetected, touching a living enemy, or stealing a gun from an enemy's